For the next step and the details, we will copy our screwdriver first. It's always for our security if we destroy something, save your scene as an extra file, or here in this case I just press Command D or Steuerung D, so, and push my screwdriver somewhere, my second somewhere away, and I also hide it with Control H, just in case that I do something wrong. Because now the lines, this will be a little bit tricky and will be a little bit different at each and every one of you, because it depends on how you set these edge loops here and how the process will work for you. So I show you the process and then you'll check at your geometry how it should look like. But first of all, actually I split or I delete the half of my geometry because I won't do this on the other side because this is detail work. And so I just go here in the top view, be sure that you selected everything you need here so that I get rid of, I see, forgot 2 tiny faces, delete them. So we just have one half. That's easier for us to work. And now we need the multi-cut tool. And now it depends really on where your edges are. But in the first case, you just ignore most of your vertical edges. And what you do is you draw an extra line along the given image. Of course, here in my case, I select even one here because it's quite in the same place. And so I'm everywhere. Yes. Good. And what you can do now, if your geometry is quite near actually to your edge loop, I mean, quite near to this curved line we just draw, then go to the Target Weld tool, okay? And what you can do is you just can connect them, okay? But just when they are really close to each other. Here in my case, actually I leave that. I may correct this afterwards, but now in this type of, or in this step, I'll leave it. Then what you can do is you either insert another edge loop for the second one, okay? But it won't work here always really proper, because when the edge loop come to a triangle or to a polygon, it will just end. You see, when I do this here, I don't want that actually, so I have to draw my second part actually manually, and I do this in this way, so just that I get a nice loop here. And now, because these are quite close to each other, I will merge them. Yeah, looks a little bit better. And let's see how my geometry looks like, and it will look differently on every project you have. And now you just select the face row. You just, oh, I see I have a little mistake here. So be careful when you use the multi-cut tool that you really connect the points. Just see here, merge. Check in the 3 mode. Yeah, everything's fine. And now I select my face ring, do an extrude, see where my manipulator pops up, and there I push it inside one time, and I do it a second time so that I get an harder edge. So extrude a second time and see how it looks like. Not too bad, but you see here at the ends, there you have to be careful that you delete this doubled faces you have here. Okay, I have a one, and also there's a second one I can't see, so check in the 3 mode. Get rid of them so that the lines straight go to the other side. Also here on that side, because it's important when you mirror afterwards. This one, and check in the 3 mode. There is another one. Delete. So here is everything fine. And when I'm in 3 mode, yeah, looks fine, I think. Maybe I made it a little bit too thick. So I could now, so you may do it a little bit thinner. So I can select, of course, my edges and push them a little bit further together, but don't destroy your geometry too much. You know, in this case, you shouldn't move single vertices too much, because otherwise you destroy your round form. Okay, so, and I'll do the same process with the second line. This will be a little bit more complicated. So I will see where to draw. So I repeat my process. I start here and I click through my geometry here. It depends. Actually, I won't draw it through. I just stop here and do a second one, because maybe it's easier to get this round shape here. Here it depends on where your lines are going, but I will connect them later on. I just follow my, here it is perfectly, and also use it here at the same point. Here maybe I will need another edge loop for creating this. Just stop at this, and I will start here again because I have to fix it. So, and here at this position I insert myself another edge loop. So you might won't need that. It really depends on how your geometry looks. Okay, and the edge loop doesn't work because I destroyed actually my geometry, so I take the multi-cut tool and just draw a line through it. So this will always also help me. And what you can do instead of moving, so when I move, for example, this point here, I destroy my geometry. A thing that will help you could be, it's not always perfect, is the slide edge loop tool, slide edge tool. But actually we don't have an edge, so the slide edge, what it does is when you take it with the middle mouse button, just go inside again, slide edge, it slides the edge between two sides without destroying the geometry. Okay, this might be helpful sometimes, but here in this point I just be careful what I do. I take the point, push it a little bit further, and I may push it a little bit inside. Okay, so just be careful. And here, of course, I have your merging issue some merge here, and of course I will touch it, weld them together. So go back to touch weld tool, and I just connect these because they are lying close to each other, and maybe I'll leave them here down because see, okay, here for example I could connect, this would be nice, and I also connect them, and there I'm just thinking about of inserting another, so to get a connection here. So I have a quad here and also actually a quad here. See that? Okay. So I will check in this view. Okay, this looks quite ugly at the moment. So I will draw the second line, and then I will see what I can do a little bit better. I do a touch weld here also. Connect here and here. And also maybe here. Okay. Just be sure that you don't destroy your geometry too much. Then let's draw the second line. I draw it manually because an insert edge loop won't make sense here in this place. So, does it work? Multicut? No. Correctly locked. So, that works. Now I set them even a little bit closer. Now this will be tricky because actually I need another edge loop here. So I just follow up, then we'll insert another one afterwards. See that you just have similar distance. Here we go. Now I'm checking what I should do here. Because when I insert another edge loop here, this would be, yeah, it will destroy my geometry a little bit. I'm just playing around, okay, this might not be quite nice for the geometry. Now I will do and see what happens when I, so because in the 3 mode it might work, not sure, but I'll give it a try. When I insert an edge loop here, you will see the, oh, but actually when I do it here, I can dissolve. Yeah, try now. Still not perfectly shaped, but quite okay. And of course your geometry would also be a little bit, gets a little bit weird. Oh, and here I do of course a touched weld. Oops, wrong tool. I welded too much. So again. Yeah, looks good here. So, maybe I should do a connection up here, would be a little bit nicer. No, there isn't such a word like nicer. More nice. So let's try. No, so when I double click the whole stuff is selected, and then I push insert inside and see, yeah. Now it's doing fine here. Looks a little bit strange here. Also here the geometry doesn't look so good. And to get a sharp edge, I do it a second time. Of course you can do it one time and insert an edge loop, it depends on you. And be careful again. Now you see here my other faces. Get rid of them immediately. Also here. So, let's check in the object mode. Yeah, I think that's quite okay. Maybe here I have to check my geometry a little bit more, so because it's doing a little hard. It's just a tiny thing, but I think I have to push it here inside a little bit. Not too much, otherwise you will see it. Yeah, getting a little bit better. Yeah, that's the way how you create the lines. I won't mirror it yet because I have to do also here this little handle, and I will do this in the next video.